Let's talk about it. Let's talk about it. Come on and shout it. I talk, you talk, we talk. Women talk life. It ain't no surprise. Baby, you could see if you would open up your eyes. You won't understand if you can't open up your mind. So let's stop wasting time when women talk live.
And welcome to another episode of Women's Talk Live. I'm your girl, April J.
I'm your girl, SassyScribe.
And this is Elle Boogie.
Without fail.
Without fail. Without fail.
All right. All right, y'all. So today, I know we've been doing a whole bunch of different stuff, but today we're going to be talking about, as you see on a lot of things, well, on social media, a lot of video of people being detained, stopped illegally by ICE. So today we're going to kind of cover it. I mean, these folks, these ICE agents, the new terrorists, because they're basically going into a lot of these neighborhoods and terrorizing not only the folks that live in these communities, but people who are legal citizens, our veterans. So we're going to get into a little bit of that. We're also going to show you some clips that I actually pulled from social media of some of these things happening. But before we get into that, I want to do our history facts. We have 2 for today. Our first one is corn or maize. It's one of the oldest domesticated crops on Earth. First cultivated in about 9,000 years ago from wild grass. And it was what's now in, I guess, southern Mexico now. But over time, ancient farmers refined maize into countless varieties. And by 6,700 years ago, people in South America had discovered one of the world's favorite snacks, which is popcorn. So archaeologists found evidence of the earliest popcorn in Peru, which is on the northern coast, showing that ancient farmers likely roasted corn cobs over open flames long before pots and pans existed. So what made it possible was maize's unique outer shell, tough, enough to trap heat, moisture until it bursts. And thousands of years later, the same satisfying pop continues in microwaves and modern movie nights and so on and so on. So, yeah.
Skinny pop. I just told y'all. Delicious.
No free advertising.
Oh, yeah.
No free
Popcorn. Really good.
But if you do want to advertise,
yes,
we're here to help.
Yes, we just said it's not free. But my niece bought me an old-fashioned popcorn.
I'll be your ambassador.
Yeah, you will, since you buy it by the case.
Popcorn for life.
Right. My niece brought me the old-fashioned popcorn maker that I got to spin the top and rotate the kernels. And I love it. And I was deliberately buying whole kernels just so I could pop my popcorn. For a minute, I'm going to tell you, during COVID, I made popcorn 3 times a week and would eat a whole big-ass bowl by myself.
Wow.
That's how I got fat. Tur.
Wow. Alrighty. All right. So our next history fact is U.S. presidents and being sworn on the Bible. However, U.S. presidents who have taken the oath of office, most have rest their hand on a Bible, but not all. John Quincy Adams actually used a book of law. Thomas Jefferson reportedly chose a compilation of the philosophy of Jesus Christ of Nazareth. Teddy Roosevelt didn't use any book at all when he was sworn in.
The
I
first or the
think I
second
think
time?
because he was sworn in hastily after President McKinley's assassination, so he
Okay.
didn't use a book at all. Calvin Coolidge, he skipped touching the Bible entirely due to his Puritan faith. And Lyndon Johnson, on board of the Air Force One after JFK's death, unknowingly used a Catholic missal instead of a Bible. So I guess he really didn't know what he just, in the moment, he had to be sworn in. So yeah, so swearing, famously George swearing and preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution of the United States. And George Washington set the tone by using and kissing a Bible in 1789. Each president who followed has given the ceremony their unique twist, blending the American tradition with personal conviction. So yeah.
And then we have 45 and 47, and the Bible should have burst into flames both times.
Yeah, they should have. They really should have. It should have been. It should have been that box where the ink, and as soon as he put on, it just burst in his face.
Right.
That would have been.
It did. It was
Right.
orange.
Right. Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
right. That part. All right. So we're gonna get into speaking of that, our topic of the day, which is the new terrorists. So lately there's been something that's been constant on social media. People catching on their phones, people being detained, exchanges between ICE agents and the community, and just seeing the different laws and policies that have been enacted by this current administration, which has been, to say the least, disheartening,
Disturbing,
disgusting, whatever
Demented.
you want to call it.
and
Yeah.
inhumane.
Yes, exactly. So, so just a little statistics. Since January 20th, 2025, ICE has intensified its enforcement, recording about 216,423 deportations through early September of this year, 2025. Levels not seen since Obama, which was 316 removals, which I find really hard to believe, but hey,
316,000. No,
yeah.
Obama was known as the deporter in chief, but he went through the proper channels. You didn't
Well,
see ICE
that part,
pulling people off the street. It
yeah.
was getting people that overstayed their visas,
Right, exactly. Yeah.
and that did get caught crossing the border. And that was white people, that was brown people,
That was
that was
all types
black
of
people,
people.
that was all
Yeah.
types of people.
Yeah.
We're targeting specific groups now
Right.
to make America great again.
Right. So enforcements have, their main message is that they are targeting the worst of the worst, being gang members, killers, murderers. But in Congress, where they had had the director of Homeland Security, and I think it was the deputy director of FBI, as we were quickly shown, is that this was not always the case. They are detaining U.S. citizens. They are deporting veterans, people who served the country, who parents were here, who were immigrants. But it's a sad situation, to say the least. But they're going into these communities, and they're basically terrifying a lot of the neighbors. In my family's hometown of Louisiana, they are the local government passed out whistles to people in the community to alert when ICE agents are in the neighborhood, um, and have also put police in these neighborhoods on alert when ICE agents are in, to make sure that they're not going on to people's property illegally, trying to force their way into people's houses, or just snatching people off the street. So
When
it's
ICE agents start getting unalived, because let's be real, and this is just Sassy, the opinions of Sassy are not the opinions of the entire show. Women Talk Live, WPB Media Networks
mhm,
is subsidiaries and affiliates. Let me make this clear. I believe that these ICE agents are all of the January 6th Proud Boys, the Boogaloo Boys, that all of those white right wing supremacist groups. I think those are the people, which is why their faces are covered up, which is why they stay masked up. I think
mhm,
those are the people that are pretending to be ICE agents, which is why they're acting with impunity, which where they're why the majority of them are fat slobs who can
mhm.
barely fit their uniforms, are all tight and whatnot. So I just think they're regular people who just hate anything and anyone that doesn't look like them. And
Right.
until they try to go into the wrong person's house with enough heat in their house to heat hell, that's when it's going to be a real problem.
Exactly.
And I'm not
Exactly.
calling for the unaliving of ICE, but I'm saying it's gonna be somebody that they really gonna
Yeah.
FAFO. And
Right.
that's when the shit is gonna hit the fan. And
Well, I
unfortunately, it should happen.
yeah. Well, I had this is a video of a young lady. She had went to the store, and on her way back from the store, she had some ICE agents try to detain her, and this is what happened. So let's show the video. Leave me alone!
Video obtained by CNN shows federal agents wearing ice vests chasing a woman back to her home in Marais, Louisiana, a suburb of New Orleans. Jacelyn, 22-year-old mother, says she's a U.S. citizen who was born and raised in Louisiana. She asked that her last name not be used to protect her privacy. She says she was walking home from the grocery store when the masked agents attempted to approach her a few feet from her house. Jacelyn can be heard yelling at the men as she runs towards her home.
Leave me alone!
Moments later, a man identified as Jacelyn's stepfather is heard yelling at the agents before they are seen heading back to a vehicle.
No, you're the one making a stand. We weren't even looking for you. So get out of here. Why? So who are you looking for? This is a public area. Okay, okay, so I don't want to speak to you. Well, I don't want to talk to you either. You're the one talking to me. Hispanic people against Hispanic, bro.
CNN has reached out to the Department of Homeland Security for more information.
So yeah, right.
That's
Hispanics
horrible.
picking up other Hispanics. That's again, I'ma say this every show when we talk about this shit. Y'all white
First
people
of
still
all,
ain't mad like you were on January 6th. Y'all gotta get mad like you were on January 6th, but you don't really care because it ain't really touching you yet.
Yeah. Yeah, and this
That's
is what is
toxic.
going on
well, you
in our
don't know
neighborhood.
who's trying to kidnap you. You got pedophiles out in the streets. You got these serial killers and stuff out here with all these missing women and things of that nature. And you just randomly gonna go and put on something that says something and think you can run up on people randomly and take them off the streets without any due process. And that's the scary part. Because like you were saying, if people have a conceal and carry, so all right, I'll give you an example. So I sit on one of the community boards here, and we had a police officer that has to report to, about the area to the meeting. And so ICE had actually done a raid at several locations within Baltimore City. And I
Mhm.
asked him, when the police are called, who are you there to protect? And he was like, we don't help them detain anybody, but we have to make sure that they don't get hurt or, but they can grab somebody, but say somebody comes out of the house to break it up. The police are going to have to get that person. So if they think that I'm from somewhere else and my husband comes out to get me to break it up, they can arrest him because they're saying that these agents are deputized and federal agents and so on and so forth. the requirements for which you have to get to be working for the federal government are so much higher than the standards that they implemented for these racist ass guys to go out in the public and just run roughshod on any set of communities. And
Now,
that's going to be the issue. Yeah,
now
somebody going to get lit up.
with that being said, this is in New York, where now they are arresting these ICE agents.
Yes.
Let's go, NYPD!
Watch your step. You don't belong here. This is my site. You hear me?
Sir, we're conducting a lawful
Lawful nothing. What you're doing is illegal as hell. You think you just roll up, harass my crew? Not today. I'm calling Mayor Mamdani right now.
There you go.
Why they all look like them Spanish wrestlers? What are they called? With the mask?
I mean, that's
you know
the
the
thing.
Spanish wrestlers.
Bandoleros. Bandoleros, right?
I don't know, but I mean, the fact remains that if you're doing this, but you're covering your face, you're like, okay, because you don't want to be seen, because you don't want to be targeted, you don't want your family to be targeted, but you're targeting these people, and you're in mask.
They should all be doxxed. They should all be doxxed. And when people get arrested, the first thing they should do is pull that goddamn mask off.
Exactly.
That's the first thing they should do.
Right.
But they don't. They have hate has been weaponized by this government. And hate is a greater motivator than decency and love. And we witnessed that in 2016 and in 2024. We witnessed that twice. How much people
off of it.
We do.
They feed off of that. That's what they want.
Feed off of that hate. And you see how old it makes them?
They're warmongers, rapists, pillagers. That's who they are innately. Period, point blank. Statistically, and again, this is the opinion of KL Boogie. It is not the opinion of WTL or its affiliates or subsidiaries. But yes, I really think that for the most part, a lot of it's who they are. You can't look at anywhere historically that you've been that this is not the behavior that you do. And now you've been given the okay or the green light to just be roughshod with it and go out. But they're luchadors. That's what the Mexican wrestlers are with the face masks, and they're all, kind of thick. But it's so amazing to me the rate at which we can go back in time. Like when you had the slave catchers, and they could go anywhere they wanted to. They were deputized, and they could just go snatch free men off the streets and bring them back and say they had, paperwork that stated this or that. The right to get taken off the streets without any due process, for your family not to know where you are, for you to be immediately in an excommunicated type of status, that signifies terror on U.S. citizens. This should be illegal for all intents and purposes, but it's fucking scary. I can't even
so speaking of that, there was a young man. He was of Somalian descent. He was at work. He took a 15-minute break and basically was harassed, detained, and taken by ICE. So here's his story.
Hey everybody, my name is Mubashir, and I never expected to be standing in front of all these cameras and microphones. But what happened to me cannot stay quiet. What happened to me was unjust, uncalled for. I was simply on my lunch break. I literally went downstairs from my building. I wasn't even outside for mere seconds before I seen a masked person running at me full speed. He tackled me, pushed me inside the restaurant, like as you can see in the video. I told him I'm a U.S. citizen, what is going on? He didn't seem to care. He dragged me outside through the snow while I was handcuffed, restrained, helpless, and he pushed me to the ground and he put me in a chokehold. That was very uncalled for. I thought I got really hurt. And after that, they put me inside the vehicle. And they asked me, we have to verify if you're a U.S. citizen, because I believe you're an illegal citizen because you ran from me. But as you can see in the videos that will be released, I'm simply just standing still. If this is what's happening to a U.S. American citizen on camera, imagine what could happen to your loved ones when there's no one around to witness what they're doing.
Crazy, isn't it? Crazy.
Yo, that's
Just
so sad.
outside for a lunch break. And this is what happened.
And because they said they think. Who
They
cares what
think.
you think with your third grade education?
Right.
Your
There,
thoughts are
there it
irrelevant
is.
unless you
Yeah.
have proof.
There,
Now, what I
listen.
didn't get a chance to, because it was a longer conversation, but they had told him they wanted to hold something up to his face, like a phone or whatever, and said, "This is how we're going to verify if you are a U.S. citizen." He says, "How are you going to verify by a phone if I'm a U.S. citizen?" He says, "No, I don't want that in front of my face. Don't put that." And then later, they took his phone, turned it off so nobody could track him, took him to a detention center, held him for 24 hours. Family didn't know where he was, had no clue, couldn't track because they had turned his phone off. Then, now mind you,
Yo,
this
that's
was in Ohio in dead of winter where there was snow outside. They told him, "Okay, we were able to see that you are a U.S. citizen," and let him go. And he says, "Okay, well, are you going to take me back to where you took me from?" Like, so they told him, no. He said, "I had no clue where I was." He was just like, "So you're not going to take me?" They said,
wow.
"No, you can walk back to wherever." And he was just like, "But I don't know where I'm at." So finally he was like, "Can I have my phone?" So luckily he was able to retrieve his phone back to call his parents to come and pick him up. And he didn't know where he was. He had to turn
I
his
would have
phone
called the
back.
police.
Yo,
Well,
that should make me so angry.
actually for that I guess it was that community, he was with the young man there. He was just like, "This," and it was a white guy. He was like, "This is crazy. You're coming into my neighborhood, terrifying our citizens." And he was angry. He was just like, "This cannot happen in our community." And it was like, you know, but like he said, they didn't care. Even though he said, "Hey, I'm a US citizen," they did not care.
Well, when the police arrest these ICE agents, they need to take their photos
Because
and put
they
that shit
don't
online.
care. This is fun for them.
Hmm. Right.
This is fun for them. This is what they've wanted. From what's that young guy that was running and the two guys jumped in a pickup truck and murdered him?
Aubrey.
Ahmaud Aubrey.
Yep.
Yeah, it's the same. This is what they love to do. You think it's
Mm-hmm.
open season and you have the ability. And the sad part is one of the guys that works in the kitchen that I prep in, great young man, has a family. ICE went to his house and told him he had to bring his whole family to court the next day, to the courthouse, to the federal building. So I get a call from the guy that runs the building, and he's like, yeah, they took this person in. We're trying to get community support. I said, I just finished a catering order. I'm messy as hell, but I'll come through. I go in, and it's nothing but brown and black people, African people, people from Spanish countries, Mexican people. And I go in and I see him there with his newborn son, his wife, his parents, and his, you know, 6-year-old son. And I look in the face of it, he's still a man who has to be subjected to this. They had no water, no food. They had him sit there all day. And as soon as I saw, and I was like, I'm going to go get, you got some water, something to eat, and I'll be back. And as soon as I came out, the security guard said, the bathroom's right there. I didn't even realize I was crying. I cried so hard in that bathroom. And then I got angry. And when I left, I went to Lexington Market to get them something to eat. And I see all these fucking white people speaking Russian and Hebrew and
Yep.
whatever. And
Yep.
none of them are nervous about us. None of them have a care in the world. And the shit made me so angry that it's still where they can still live their life like none of this shit's going on and it doesn't
Mhm.
impact them. And they don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Excuse my language, but yeah, I got so
Right.
angry. Like my husband was like, "You gotta pull over and pray." He was like, "Stop the car, pull over, and just pray," because I was like, "Yo, I could see myself doing something crazy
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
real, for real."
Right. Now they
Because it's
that
inhumane and unjust.
So they are saying that, well, ICE is reporting that 752 people with murder convictions and over 1,600 with sexual assault convictions through May of 2025, which is this year. And
How many of those are ICE agents?
You know that's
Christine
bullshit,
Knowles,
though, right?
yeah, Christine Knowles, yeah, I know. Christine Knowles and the deputy director of FBI went before Congress, and they were questioned. I'm going to play two clips. This was one where the Congress was asking the deputy FBI about Antifa, and just basically asking a simple question, which unfortunately, well, he couldn't answer. So watch this.
Right now, what I see from my position is that's the most immediate violent threat that we're facing on the domestic side.
So where is Antifa headquartered?
What we're doing right now with the organization.
Where in the United States does Antifa exist?
Yeah.
If it's a terrorist organization, and you've identified it as number one.
We are building out the infrastructure right now.
So what does that mean? We're trying to get the information. You say Antifa is a terrorist organization. Tell us as a committee, how did you come to that? Where do they exist? How many members do they have in the United States as of right now?
Well, that's very fluid. It's ongoing for us to understand that. The same, no different than Al Qaeda and ISIS.
No, I don't want you. I'll ask one question, sir. I just want you to tell us. If you said Antifa is the number one domestic terrorist organization operating in the United States, I just need to know where they are, how many people. I don't want a name. I don't want anything like that. Just how many people have you identified with the FBI that Antifa is made of?
Well, the investigations are active.
So you wouldn't come to this committee and say something you can't prove. I know you wouldn't do that. But you did.
Dumb is America. Oh, I forgot. America's fucking dumb.
He could not answer. He could not answer the question. It was a simple question.
Everybody I know is Antifa. Every fucking body that is against fascism is an Antifa member.
Right.
And you know what the book about Antifa is? It's the fucking Constitution.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh God!
All right, so
got my pressure up.
So I have two more clips because we're running short on time. But
okay.
I want to get this one because this was another one where Christine Knowles was asked, "Are they deporting veterans, U.S. veterans that have served the U.S.?" And this was
that dumb bitch
this
said
was
no.
her answer.
How many United States military veterans have you deported?
Sir, we have not deported U.S. citizens or military veterans.
I don't believe you served in the military. I haven't either, but I think you and I can agree that as Americans, we owe everything to those who have served our country in uniform, particularly those who have served in combat. Do you agree with that?
Sir, I believe that people that are in this United States that are citizens have legal status here.
Madam Secretary, we are joined on Zoom by a gentleman named Sejun Park. He is a United States Army combat veteran who was shot twice while serving our country in Panama in 1989. Like many veterans, he struggled with PTSD and substance abuse after his service. He was arrested in the 1990s for some minor drug offenses, nothing serious. He never hurt anyone besides himself, and he's been clean and sober for 14 years. He is a combat veteran, a Purple Heart recipient. He has sacrificed more for this country than most people ever have. Earlier this year, you deported him to Korea, a country he hasn't lived in since he was 7 years old. Will you join me in thanking Mr. Park for his service to our country?
Yes, deported a veteran. This is
this
what, but
DEI shit just showed us that we had a white man and a white woman that are DEI hires.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
I can't get mad anymore. Again, I'm gonna keep saying it until people hear me. White people ain't mad enough. The way
Right.
y'all got mad on January 6, 2021, that's how the fuck you supposed to be mad right now. Because
Exactly.
what black people are doing, we doing shit like this. We talking about it.
Mm-hmm.
We getting our shit together, but we ain't about to get out in them streets and help y'all.
Right.
This y'all.
Exactly. Yeah. Now, later on, Chrissy Knowles got a little frustrated, did not like the question that she was being asked. So this is actually what happened.
Recognize a gentle lady from Texas, Miss Johnson, for 5 minutes of questions.
I'm just going to take the position that she was scared of my questions.
Because she didn't want to take any more questions.
She didn't like the questions. They don't like to be challenged.
Right.
They don't like to be challenged. And it just, again.
Yeah.
I don't understand.
So I wanted to kind of highlight a couple of, because there are hundreds, thousands of video out there. And these were some of the ones that I highlighted because, first of all, whatever they're doing is definitely not legal. And then they're going and they're lying about it. And they're putting out these statistics that apparently just are not completely true. So, and then they go through Congress. They're being asked questions that they don't want to answer. And then when they get frustrated, they exit stage left. This is our government at work.
They know what they're doing is wrong. And if we have free and fair elections again, and the Democrats take control, they got to go scorch fucking earth on these motherfuckers. No hold back, no being nice, no fuck Chuck Schumer and all them old motherfuckers. They got to go. We need Jasmine. We need AOC to not give a fuck.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, seriously.
Well, they know they're going to jail. They know they're going to jail because
everybody involved in this bullshit needs to go to jail.
Well, Steve Bannon said it. Steve Bannon said it. He said if Democrats get in there, we going to jail. Everybody,
but they not because
I don't think just like they tried to impeach Trump. They don't let it happen, and people thinking that they will is they have taken and corrupted the whole system. They don't. If you think that they're really going to be held accountable for all the shit that they've done, with all the money and connections that they've made, with all the secrets that they hold, they're not going to jail. They're going to retire and keep full pension. They're going to write books. They're going to sell their stories, but they're not going to jail. Trust and believe. If Trump's ass can be, the conniver and thief can be in the White House, none of them are going to jail.
None of them.
And it's just not going to happen. I no longer have faith in the
government. They got to go scorch earth, but I have zero faith in the Democrats. Zero faith in the Democrats.
I don't have full faith in a lot of the Democrats that are there, but there are some that I do.
I mean,
I
don't have faith. It's not the majority.
Because
not
like
even
you have
the people, the system.
The system, absolutely, but
I don't have faith in the
do. A lot of these younger Congress people that are there, that are keeping this in the forefront. Those are the ones I have a little bit of faith in. I really do. As you mentioned, Jasmine Crockett is one of them.
A superstar. AOC,
like a lot of them, and they're trying to oust her. They're trying to oust her because of the redistricting in Texas. But I just think that if we as a people really, really rise up, not just people of color, because it is not just people of color. And I do agree, Sassy, that there are a lot of white folks out there who are not angry enough. They're not angry enough. But they don't get angry until it hits their doorstep.
Exactly.
And I believe the things that are coming next year,
that health
I'm
insurance,
telling you, that is actually going to hit hard. Don't get it twisted. It's going to hit hard because it's going to hit people who are poor. And poor has no racism attached to it.
No, it doesn't. No, it does not. It
No
doesn't.
colorism,
It
nothing.
doesn't.
If you
Nothing.
poor, whether you
You're
black,
poor.
white, Chinese, whatever, a lot of these things that are being put in place, people are going to feel it. And once people start feeling it, that's when things are going to start hitting the fan.
And the problem that they don't understand with black people, and this is what I will say this, till I'm blue in the face. Black people know white people better than white people know black people. Y'all study us, but you don't know us. We have watched y'all. We have learned. We have generations, our ancestors telling us how y'all act, what not to do, what not to say, how to comport ourselves. We understand to be leery. We understand and recognize that. Y'all haven't learned that. That's why us not rising up has fucking baffled y'all. Y'all taking down all of these monuments and tearing up Black Lives Matter. We don't give a fuck.
No, we don't.
We saw this coming. We saw this coming when Hillary was running, and y'all didn't like her. And I said, if American white women don't like white women, Kamala didn't have a chance. Y'all mad at her because she stayed with Bill Clinton, but you ain't never once asked Melania why she stayed with her cheating husband. But every fucking chance you got, you ask Hillary why did she stay with hers.
Exactly. All right.
Ask her how she sleep with a pedophile every fucking night.
I don't think she sleeps with him.
Shit his pants.
Girl, did you see that? Did you see how the people stood back there? He's shitting himself and everybody going like,
oh yeah. No, because he has that condition. He has to wear a diaper.
Disgusting.
But yeah, all right. So we're gonna end it there. So our poll question for last week, and we didn't get into it, but our last poll question was how many of you participate in social media challenges? About 39% of US adults use online dating, whatever, challenges, whatever, and about 48.7 million Americans have tried these online dating challenges. So that's interesting.
I think I'm gonna try one. I'm gonna try dating.
Get offline and in life.
Yeah,
there you go. That's a good tagline. Get offline and in life.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. So this week's poll is going to do you agree or disagree with the tactics being used to deport or detain individuals? So like I said, it's all over. Yeah, it's all over social media.
I said we'll get into that. What?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, definitely get into that.
All right. So our
ladies, is this the last show of the year?
Oh wow.
Yeah.
I mean, when we see y'all in 2026, this is the last show of the year. This is awesome.
Yeah, you know what? I it's interesting. I look at, this we started this, I want to say back in July,
something like that.
No,
maybe it's not the last show of the year. Where am I?
No, yeah.
I'm in vacation mood.
Yeah,
so
it is. It is.
Me.
Right. But yeah, we started podcasts, and obviously you guys have been listening.
And we appreciate it.
Our audio podcast has really grown. And we got a lot more coming in the new year. So lot of stuff to talk about.
Let's put out a challenge to coming in the new year. If there's a topic you want us to touch on, if there's a guest you'd like to see, you can email us.
Nope. Info@wpbmedianetworks.com. Again?
I'm sorry, I was running my mouth.
No.
Info at
Info.
WPBmedianetworks.com.
Yep. Send us your thoughts, comments, anything you want us to talk about. So yeah, we got all of that coming up. All right. So our final thought of the day. We currently have the best government that money can buy.
Absolutely. Absolutely. We absolutely do. We absolutely do.
Yes. All right. All right, y'all. This is Women's Talk Live with your girl April J.
SassyScribe.
And this is Elle Boogie. I had to be on time then. God darn it.
It's all good. It's all
You
good.
had a 3-second delay every time.
You're always on cue.
You know what? I'm going to start talking when Sassy's talking. We're going to try. Look, that's going to be my thing for 2026. We're going to see if I can get my intro right.
Oh man! Also coming in 2026, we're going to also do our Women's Talk documentary.
Yes.
On relationships between communities in communities with mothers and fathers, and their dynamics and everything. So we're gonna get into that. That's gonna be interesting. We're gonna have like a panel. We're gonna have some folks come in, and we're gonna have psychologists. Hopefully, have one man and one woman psychologist to kind of delve into a lot of these issues that we have in our communities. So stay tuned for that. All right, y'all. This is Women's Talk Live Overnights with your girl April J.
I am SassyScribe.
And I'm Elle Boogie.
Oh, see? I did it just that last time just to see if you were going to be on point. And you were on cue. All right, y'all. We'll see y'all next time. Bye.
Bye.
Women talk live.